I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took matters into my own hands.
At no charge. You damned idealists, ruining the market for us.
You didn't finish that sentence.
But of course. Yes? What is it? Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
I also have a mouse wheel this time. Okay, the steel sword is the damaged one. Good. So I can... This is fine.
But of course. Yes? What is it?
Oh, water axe? Great. Take a shot. Actually, wait. I forgot I can loot. Gonna be honest, I do like that looting. Strong attacks left shift.
How's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you
Like I
understand
said.
what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
That's fucked. I wonder who it was. And why? Grudge, maybe? Jealousy? Vengeance for something? Doesn't even need to be proportional. Carnel sins. Telling the story, my dear reader, will tax me greatly. It is a dark and somber one, encompassing the greatest sorrow my heart has ever known. It all started the day of the grand opening of my cabaret. Everything had been spit-polished to perfection. All that was left was to wait for Priscilla, whose performance was to be the crowning moment of this glorious evening. Yet when the doors of the Chameleon burst open, it was not she who stepped inside. Instead, it was a messenger from the Vilmaris hospital, his face pale and his countenance dour, informed us that Priscilla had been badly wounded in an assault and was currently teetering on the brink of death. Also, gonna be honest, his lines about,
Take the ladder.
calling it, his vigilante work preventative medicine. It's just, I know, I like it. It's a good line.
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarf.
Okay, I don't want to interrupt. It feels like there's more to that sentence.
Finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's under
I need to get into the habit of when they start talking, just stop. Don't keep going. I'm used to games that are more lenient
with the help of our friends,
and not so strict.
For indeed I knew what had happened to Ciri. Sadly, she was no longer in Novigrad. Pursued by bandits, then cornered by the temple guard, she had disappeared in a flash of light and a gust of heat. Where to? This I did not know.
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Okay, never mind. It only seemed that way. Okay, it's neither of these people. Must be further back. Oh, use the Witcher senses. Let's not ooter with him here.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Head.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt. Like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Oh, this made me feel uncomfortable.
Indeed. So thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Oh, that's compassionate.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin. An incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Probably. I doubt, going by the wounds, I doubt the guy was alive long enough to scar.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
Oh, that's making it worse for Priscilla. I was not expecting any of this to happen.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
Huh. This guy is certainly experienced. He, former lecturer, soldier, or, you know, some martial experience. Yes, lecturer, soldier, torture victim, you know.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Yeah, apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor. His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
Not unless the killer gave it to him first. It was a long shot, but the person's going around stabbing people, performing tracheotomies, and pouring formaldehyde down their throat. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Alright, think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
No, I doubt the murderer is mad. Could it be a ritual? Removal of a heart, closing eyes. Yeah, sounds like a ritual murder more than a punishment. Plus, we don't know if there's any overlap between the woodcutter and Priscilla. So, a ritual murder. Well, that just needs a you know, the connection is more on the criminal side than on, well, ritual murder just needs a body for the murder. The punishment needs them to have done something real or perceived. And we don't know enough about we don't know anything about the woodcutter, and we don't know enough about Priscilla, so this is the most logical thing to say.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Vampire? or other mortal. Because when he was saying long ago, and it's just like that guy looks too young to be a long ago from the other guy.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Why do you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job.
Well, that's reassuring.
Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Shut off!
Friendly. Was that the... No, just maiden. Dude, just walking there on the spot. Probably gonna need to call it soon. It's getting early. But yeah, I'll pick this up again tomorrow. Won't be able to record again tonight. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule by staying up so goddamn late. 30 hours. Basically, I have to stay up till like evening to like 6 tonight. But the issue was I've been awake since like 12 yesterday. So yeah.
Many thanks to you, Gavin.
Awful pile.
Hey, handsome.
You scared?
I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
Huh.
A brazier. This time of year?
Grab him!
Sis. That him.
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
That's it, you're in for it!
That's it.
Oh, they're only punching?